Hi, my name's Dean from Screen Products, and today I'm going to run you through the build of our HPT one colour compact machine that we have on our website, which is www.pyramindscreenproducts.co.uk. Please check it out. Great little product, along with everything else that we have on our website. You'll find many things on there for experienced screen printers, beginners, everything else. Great range of inks, emulsions, chemicals, screen making, you name it, we have it. So yeah, have a look, pyramindscreenproducts.co.uk. Okay, so this is our little one colour compact, as you can see in the video. I am doing my own sort of home videos at the moment because obviously we're on lockdown, and okay, the lockdown's been eased slightly, but still working from home. So I thought, instead of just a build guide, we'll put some videos together for you guys as well to make it a little bit easier when you're building. But yeah, the press does come in a box, ready for home assembly. It's quite straightforward, if I'm honest with you. And what you'll find in the box is a build guide. This is a step-by-step guide, tells you exactly how to build the product and all the little adjustments so you can get the most out of your machine. Anyway, without further ado, let's crack on and go through the process. So firstly, we have a range of little bits and pieces, as you can see. We have a little toolkit which comes with the machine. Hopefully you can see those. Yeah, brilliant. A little toolkit. We have the HPT base itself. We have the frame holder, okay, with your frame slots in, obviously when you're locking down. A couple of adjuster wheels, some hook and eye adjusters for your springs, a couple of bolts, and then over here you have your platen, t-shirt platen. So let me crack on. First things first, I like to take the frame holder. As you can see when you turn over, you've got two elongated holes. You have a small screw threaded hole and a single little hole either side. Okay, the threaded hole is where your screen adjusters go into, and the idea of these, they're quite a simple little tool really, is the fact that they will screw in, and when your frame is locked in by your frame holder and at the back, and if you need to make any minor adjustments just by simply loosening off slightly and twisting in, I don't know if you can see that, hopefully you camera video, let me have a look. Yep, as you can see, as you screw through, the screw protrudes through, which in turn, if my frame was there, would push that out. Okay, so you can do that for either side, so it just gives you a little bit of X movement, if you know what I mean. Okay, so looking from the back, that's what that would look like. Secondly, we have the two nuts and two bolts. As you can see, it's a round-headed bolt. On the back, you have a little square head. This square head fits perfectly into your little rectangle hole. Okay, what I suggest is do one at a time. Make sure that is nice and flush on that square-headed hole. Do the second one. When it's nice and flush, it's easy to tighten up by finger tight. If you want to be really picky, I suggest get a spirit level. But the way I like to look at it here is just at the back. Roughly, you know, you can square up roughly, you can see where I'm at now. I like to put the brackets roughly within the centre hole of the elongated hole, as you can see there. I don't need to support the front because obviously it's already got that little square underneath, and I just simply put my hand underneath and just give it a rough idea of a tighten. Not too hard, you don't need to go mad at the moment, just give it a nice little tighten. Okay, and there we have our frame arm onto our base. Halfway there already. Simple build, halfway there. Okay. Next, I'm moving that in circles. Next we put into situation, we have two springs and two hook eye adjusters. When they come in the box, they generally look like that. What my suggestion would be is you wind them out, so as you can see the screw thread goes right out. By winding out, it enables you to hook them on so much easier, and you'll see what I mean in a moment, because obviously these are adjusters, and what they do, they adjust the tension in your spring to support your arm up and down. Okay, So what you don't want to do is your arm to when you're trying to print keep flying up. But likewise, when you're putting your frame up into the air like so, you don't want it just to keep falling down. As you look there, if I let go, that will just keep it falling. Okay. One suggestion I always have when doing this is hook these through, so the hook goes through on the outside like so. Okay, so just for the camera again, I'll do a bit closer if I can. Hook it through so the hook goes through onto the outside. Okay, when you turn and twist, there's no way that's going to come out. Okay, let's do the other side, and we're hooked through. Fantastic. Now we've done the hook and eye. Again, with this I like to hook through on the inside. Okay, it's just me as a personal preference. If you want to hook outside, you can do. I like to hook it on the inside, which means nothing's really going to get caught on it. So I hook both of those on. Move that video around a little bit. Okay, so you can see I do they're both hooked on the inside. Next, because we've wound them down, start doing it again. So thank you. Because we wound them down, the way to, as you can see now, trying to fix those together, nigh impossible. The way to do it: lift the head, put your arm underneath, just to support the head up, and then hook over. Okay, and again for this side, just to support and hook through. When I let that go now, that's not going to go anywhere. There we go. Now I do adjust these, so if you can imagine, they don't need a lot of adjustment, if I'm honest with you. They're a great product, and they're easy to adjust, as you can see here. So literally by turning clockwise, I would say clockwise or anti-clockwise, depends which round of the press you're working with, but the way at the moment I'm doing is clockwise. And again, if I do a clockwise turn, as you can see, it just takes up the tension as the screw threads pull in. It takes up the tension on the spring, which makes it then, it's fully supported. As you can see, the head is fully supported. To push that down, it's a lot harder for me to do so now. Okay, so that's fully supported. Wind them into a certain level. We've got no frame in there at the moment, so we can adjust it totally at the end. But yeah, that to me is fully adjusted. It's not springing back up. If I put too much tension, it would be springing back up all the time, but I'm not. It's a nice little amount of tension on there. It's holding down nicely. It's not pinging up, which is roughly about perfect where I want it to be, really. Just a couple of things while we've got the press on the back here. I'll show you a couple of areas. Now, what I'd suggest is when you are working with these, never put your fingers under there. Because if you imagine, I'm going to move them out of the way. If you imagine if my fingers are under there, let's use that. If that's my fingers, I'm going to get them caught, and I don't really want to be doing that. Okay, so always keep your fingers out of here, unless you've got this really supported down or tied down. Don't put your fingers under here. Right, what this is a nice little adjuster that allows the support for the frame head to come up. Okay, the higher you have it, the less your frame head will come up. So if I wanted to put that right up, as you can see from the side angle, my frame head's not really coming up that high. Okay, so once I finish printing, I lift my frame's come up here. If I want to raise it up, literally pull the head down. Find the back screw wheel, and you see it allows it to start going up higher and higher. In general, I like to have my frame well out of the way. So you see I've got the adjustable bolt there. Lock it in if you want to. That then gives me a nice trajectory to get my shirt in and out. You know, when I'm trying to put my t-shirt on the pallet, I need to have space from the screen. As you can imagine, the screen's going to be coming up here. I need to have space, so that is the angle I have. Here you have a height adjuster, which is giving you the off contact, the snap cap as we call it. So again, when your frame's in, I like to have it nice and level on the pallet. You'll get used to the adjustments, but in the guide all the adjustments are on there as well. But again, if you want to adjust and put a different snap height on, wind it up, and that will sit your arm higher up, as you can see here. Bigger gap here. I'll put it back down for now. Right, okay, so effectively that is our press pretty much done there for a moment. What we'll do, we'll just move this to one side. Again, don't put your fingers under here, never do. Underneath is fine, as you can see there. There's nothing going to trap my fingers, but please don't put them under there, because if it springs up, it's going to hurt. We'll move this out of the way for a second. Then we'll take our pallet, or our platen, sorry. Right, the platen does come with a bracket, and for the video, ease of use, I've already put the bracket on, as you can see there. Okay, so that's our bracket. It comes complete with 2 black turn wheels. These lock the platen underneath, and the 4 side adjusters. Again, they are designed to keep it nice and tight, but if you do need that nice little bit of sort of side movement in any time, you can put one side in, one side out. You know, it gives it a bit of play, and I'll show that on the video in a short while. But people ask me, oh, it doesn't come drilled, it doesn't come fitted. We don't drill and fit it, because people have their own ideas of where they want to put the platen. To show you the way I do it, you need a ruler. I then, with a tape measure and a ruler, I measure from the side of the platen to the side of the platen and give me my measure mark in the centre, okay? So literally, my centre mark, it's around about 22.5 centimetres from the centre of the platen. Alright? Then I mark that a couple of times going up in the centre of the board, so 1, 2, 3, 4 marks, and then literally I will draw a centre line going up, as you can see there by pencil, a centre line going up, okay? Once I've drawn the centre line, I then put my bracket in place. I don't screw it down at all to start with yet. I just put it in place, and again, when I'm doing it with my measurement, I like to make sure that from the side of the bracket of the platen to the side of the bracket is the same measurement, okay? So again there we've got about 13.4 centimetres roughly, call it 13.5. That bracket will be central. From the base of the bracket to the base of the plate, I like to have that marked up at around about 50 centimetres. 50 millimetres, sorry, 50 centimetres. Be right up here. Sorry, miles away. About 5 centimetres, 50 millimetres. Okay. Once you've got that level in place, and it's all in place, I suggest get yourself a marker pen or a pencil and mark through the 6 holes. Okay. Make sure it's all nice and square. Mark through the 6 holes. Once you've marked the 6 holes with a pencil, remove the bracket, and I suggest just drilling 2. So when I say 2 holes, I would drill 1 here and 1 there. Okay, put your bracket back in place. Put your bracket back in place, and then 2 screws. You tighten those 2 down. That enables you then to look at your bracket, remeasure to make sure that your bracket is totally square and in place. Okay, when you're happy with it, tighten those 2 screws totally. Drill the other 4 holes. Put the screws in. Okay, once you put the bracket on, as you can see in the guide here, let me show you. Once the bracket is on in place, where are you? There we go. That's what you're doing with the bracket, okay? So you can see it's in place, it comes unbuilt. Once you've done it, put it in place, put your 2 black turn wheels on. Your bracket then is ready to be fitted to your machine. So I wind those wheels out to make sure it's all nice and squared. Now this is a bit tricky because obviously I'm not going to fit it to the table at all. But let's get the press again. Okay. Now this time, whilst I'm doing this with the arm, we raise the arm up, bracket, then locates beautifully over the arm, as you can see. Now obviously I've got to try and support that. Bring my head down. Fantastic. That is what your platen would look like, and your machine when it's all nicely built. Okay. I'm going to continue with the video because obviously I've got the leg supports to put on as well, which is if you buy the upgraded version, so that the tabletop as well. So I'm going to take the platen back off for a moment. Let's put that back over there into one. Let's remove, again, watch my fingers, I never do that. Let's remove that out of the way for a second. And now, we've got the upgrade base. So what you'll find, you can purchase the HPT 1 colour, as we've just built there, okay, which is attachable to a tabletop. Obviously you've got, let me show you, you've got on the side 4 of these. What these are, they're attachments so you can screw them to the tabletop, hanging your platen edge over the edge of the table, and that will give you a nice fixed system. What people do ask is, do you have a portable product? Yes, we do. And by doing so, this is the upgrade kit you can buy. You can buy it separately, or I think it's called the HPT 1000, which is the complete built unit, and you get the whole system. So you get the base legs plus the compact kit you just saw there. Again, a simple, easy to build system. We have the same as before. We have the bolts with a square underneath, as you can see, and these are ideal for going through these location holes. We have the 2 uprights which fit to our press. A little bit tricky because you have to undo 2 bolts, but they give it some good rigidity when it's done. So let me move these out of the way. And starting with the back end, as you can see, 2 squares will literally sit on top of and line up with 2 squares on the foot. Feed through the 2 bolts. Hang this off the edge of a work surface while you're doing this if you like to. Obviously for the ease of the video, just showing you there. As you can see underneath. When those square holes are in the top, when the squares are in the holes at the top, you'll find that they will work very well. They lock in, and it makes it so much easier to tighten the product up. He says. There we go. Before tightening anything up, I always make sure to get all 4 locating done. Yep, brilliant. Just make sure it's all in the video view as well. No point trying to make a video and you can't see what I'm actually doing. Through they go. Give you an indication, these nuts are 14mm, so if you've got a socket wrench, then I suggest it's the easiest way to tighten them down. We'll turn it over so you can see what it's supposed to look like. I suggest you can use your spanner. Your spanner is made for it, so you can use that if you want to. Can you see that? Yeah, you can use it. I like to socket wrench it, if I'm honest with you. Just a 14mm. I don't need one on the other side because obviously it's got the centre hole, which with the square. Just give them a lock down. Keep it all nice and tight. That will stay nice and square. Okay, that's part of our base build. What we need to do now, I'll slide that a little bit out of the way, is pick up our, again, base plate. Okay, and I like to work this the other way around. So I'm going to turn it upside down, work it. I've got to take, there's 2 bolts on the sides, as you can see here. So these are going to have to come out. Okay, these are for the uprights when we put them in. So to do so, I always like to turn my press upside down, like so. Okay. Undo. What I suggest when we undo, we just take one out at a time from either side. So undo. So 2 out from the other side, please, not 1. Just one side at a time. Don't take them all off, because if you do, you might lose everything here. So you see that okay? Yeah. By doing one side at a time makes it easier, because your press isn't then going to slip down. As you can see, it's all bolted together, so it's not going to slip apart and you'll be like, oh, what's going on? So yeah, just do one side at a time. Once you've done it, give it a lock down. Because this is a double side, what I suggest sometimes is you just bring yourself in an adjustable spanner, just so you can make sure that when you're locking in, you lock it nice and tight. Okay, and again there, just so it's nice and tight. And again, we repeat the same for the other side. So build time realistically on the press, if you're looking at the single press alone, it's 10 to 15 minutes. When you're looking at the base kit as well, you're just adding a little bit longer. So I'd say 20, 25 minutes. As you can see, I'm not rushing, I'm just trying to talk you guys through the guide. Everything was made well on this machine, you know, it all sits and lines up well. So each hole, each square, they all line up perfectly well. None of this, sometimes when you do get flat pack or home builds and you're like, oh my god, how difficult is that? We try and make these quite straightforward to do. If there is any questions, you can always ring us at Pyramid Screen Products on 0208 255 2130, or send us an email at sales@pyramid-screen.co.uk. As I say, my name is Dean, I'm one of your technical guys, so any questions you have on emulsions, chemicals, inks, etc., or pieces of kit, then please just give us a call. That's what we're there for you. So, okay, so now you can see, looking at the base, okay, that is ready to go. We'll just turn that around, because now the tricky bit is I can actually hang this off the table slightly to give it a bit of weight. But again, we've got 4 rectangles and 4 bolts. I suggest put 1 in. So I'm hanging this off the table, so I don't know if you can see that, but I am hanging it off the table. Resting my chin actually on it. Let me see if you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so by hanging off the table, it means I can just literally get my bolts in place. And that makes it a totally portable press. So if you want to print at festivals, gigs, and take your press around to do so, this gives you that option. If you're a bit tight for space, you think, right, I want to print, I don't have room at home to keep something in place all the time, so you print on the kitchen table or whatever else, you then have a press that you can put away again. So that there is your HPT 1000, going from the compact with the adjuster on, with the adjuster base. There. Lock the wheels into place underneath. I'm going to adjust, obviously. Let me just lock those wheels in. Conscious because my time is running out on my video. I think I have like 25 minutes or half an hour to shoot a video on here. And I'm not a filmmaker, so now what I'm going to do is just slightly adjust that down. Okay, hopefully you can see that. So I like to adjust things down so they're nice and flush.